So man, for day 6 you discuss music, so I'm going to talk about another art form, video games, briefly. Some of the biggest releases the last few years have been remakes and remasters of older titles. Evidence of this includes Persona 5 Royal, you have Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is a remake obviously of the classic PlayStation 1 title, and then Resident Evil 3 came out last week, I think. I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about them, because Final Fantasy VII Remake, for example, they've gone a bit of a weird, different sort of route, because Final Fantasy VII was a really big game. What they've done for the remake is they are making the game in sections and releasing them as separate titles. The game that's coming out this week ends at where you escape Midgar, which is about 7 hours into the original game. However, all told, this release has about 40-45 hours worth of content in it, so they've added a bunch of stuff, which is great. They've added a bunch of new areas that weren't accessible in the original game. You can see a lot more of some stuff that was included in other Final Fantasy VII compilation titles, which will also be in 7 new areas and stuff. But my argument with it is this: you are basically taking one game, one story, and expanding it with more stuff to do. But the current pricing methodology is 40 to 50 quid per game. So that 7 hours of the original game has been stretched to 40 hours. So who knows how far the next section of the game will go between the village of Calm and perhaps Junon, which is a port city, Final Fantasy VII. By the time you get to the end of the game on the remake, you're looking at maybe 4 titles. I'm not sure if they've announced specifically how many they're doing, but that's a lot of money. These days, obviously, with graphics being so great, we do need more out of our games for our money, basically, because graphically the remake is amazing, and we do expect more out of our games these days, even on a remake of an older, early title. But I'm not sure if this just feels like a cash grab and a bit too far, and they're playing on people's nostalgia just a little bit, because they say they care about what the fans think and the legacy this game's left, but honestly, it feels a bit too much of a cash grab to let them off with it. Surprisingly, I haven't pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII Remake because, as well as not having a lot of time to play games in general, I don't feel like I want to pay full price for this game and then have to pay full price for the second one a year down the line, and same again. So I'm going to wait till the price goes down a bit before I inevitably play it. I've played the demo and it plays really, really well. It feels like a grittier version of Kingdom Hearts crossed with Final Fantasy XII, which is a bit of an odd mix, and it probably won't mean to anyone who hasn't played it. But yeah, I'm still on the fence a bit about remaking old games for new audiences, which is great because it brings a whole new generation of people into these stories and these worlds. But Resident Evil 3 wasn't very well received, even though it only came out last week, compared to Resident Evil 2 Remake, because I think 3 was a lot shorter of a game, but the original 3 was shorter than 2, so they have less to work with. So what do you think, Matt? Do you think this expansion of original games into bigger, longer experiences that involve more money being paid out is a good thing, a bad thing? Great, Dave, and I'll see you for day 8 tomorrow. Keep answering.